and make some room on your display shelves because, god damn, that is a thing of beauty. What's up YouTube, it's Mike aka Plastic Life, and today I got a review on a really cool special effects piece that I picked up from my buddy Danny Green Collects from Titan Toys here in Ontario, Canada. This is the MUGENTOYS TakaraTony 2023 effect piece. This is a light up effect piece that you can use to imitate special attacks such as Ryu's Shinku Hadouken or Goku's Hamehameha, or even just a generic blast effect. I'm really excited for this special effect, so let's get it off the stand and take a closer look. Opening up the box, you will find the large and the small blast effect pieces connected by this cylinder in the middle. You'll get two end pieces, two lights, two bases, two display stands, and an RGB remote control. You're also going to need 5 of these CR2032 cell batteries to operate the lights. You require 2 for each of the lights and 1 for the remote. To get the batteries in, just unscrew the backing and remove the light. And take your 2 batteries and stack them on top of each other and just push them in. They will illuminate, so have your remote handy to shut that off. Then you're going to look for the notch, and you're going to line it up with the notch inside the capsule, and then just screw that on like so. There you go. You're also going to get an instruction manual as well as some warnings, and on the back side, different options that you can make. The 2 display stands are going to require some assembly. You're going to need a small screwdriver, and you're also probably going to need some cutters to remove the plastic from this gate. Oh, there goes that piece. Once you've assembled your display stands, you can add them to a base. You can use either the clear base or you can use this cool windswept base. Okay, I don't know about you and other collectors out there or photographers, but I've been looking for an effect piece like this for a long time. I found myself using Photoshop to create effects like this, and I never really displayed my figures on my shelves with accessories. That's about to change because this thing is great for both display purposes and photography. So here's a closer look. It's made out of a rigid plastic. I would still be careful with it. It is rigid, but there are parts that can break, like these little pegs here. You may also break off these little sharp bits too, so just be careful when you're handling this. Make sure you line everything up correctly before you snap it in place, like so. There's nice white frosting throughout the edges and in the cylinder as well. That looks really good. So this is the completed piece, but this and this are separate pieces as well as the cylinder in the middle, so you can make a smaller blast effect or a large blast effect. This is also telescopic, so this is the shortest it can be, and then this is the longest it can be, like in the beginning of the video. There are some really loose pieces. This back piece on the smaller blast effect comes off really easy, and I'm not sure why it's not one piece. I don't know if this has any function to it. It doesn't show anything in the instructions, but I might just glue that down like so. You use the remotes to control the lights, so the remotes will power both lights on and off. Here is the dimming and brightening switch. You have red, green, blue, white, and then different variations. Orange all the way down to yellow, green all the way down to turquoise, and blue all the way down to pink. You also have flash, strobe, fade, and smooth. So once you power the lights on, you get the white lights, which kind of appears blue because the plastic does have a blue tint, but you can play around with the different colors. I find that some of these colors they don't show up very well. Like for instance, the red here, it just doesn't really provide a lot of coverage, but the blues, they provide really good coverage. Even the pinks. Yellows and oranges and so on, and the greens, they do pretty well as well, but the red unfortunately just does not provide a lot of coverage. So you can disassemble this by pulling, and just be careful where you pull from. You don't want to stab yourself. So pulling straight out, you'll be left with the one large fireball, and pulling this side out, you'll be left with the smaller one. Whenever you're assembling this, just remember to look out for the notches that are inside, and you want to make sure that they line up correctly. Otherwise, you're going to end up probably just breaking this entire thing. So to assemble a larger fireball, you're just going to take one of the end caps and you're going to put the light pack in there, and then just push that in, and then I think friction is what holds this in place. So then you get the fireball looking like that. Just look out for the porthole there in the bottom, and you can port the display stand in like so. And then you have your larger fireball. So as just a single fireball, I think that looks really good, especially with the SH Figuarts Ryu looking like a Hadouken. Turning on the light system, it looks really good just in white because of the blue tint there. Blue itself looks really good as well. It doesn't really look good in red, so that's kind of a bummer, but white and blue look really good. So using one of the end caps, just put the light in and then line it up like so. You need to be very careful because these corners will eventually catch onto the rim here. So just be careful, make sure you they're stretchy, so stretch them out a little bit. And there we go. So there's your miniature fireball. So here's a smaller effect all set up. And turning on the lights, it looks really awesome too. It's very bright for this one. Again, in red though, it looks a little bit better on the smaller fireball, but still doesn't really show too well. But blue and white, they do show much better. You can swap out the base from the display stand into this kind of windswept effect to create this look. Here's just a little comparison. This is the SH Figuarts Hadouken that comes with Ryu. It is a lot more detailed and it looks really cool, but I think this third party TakaraTony and MUGENTOYS, the fact that it can light up, I think it just looks a lot cooler. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer though. So what's really cool about the display stands is because they're so jointed, you can actually have the blast effect tilted, so you can get some upward motion out of that. That looks really cool. Take a look at that. So final thoughts, this piece is amazing. I love the versatility. It's not just one solid piece. It can be broken down into smaller effects, and that's amazing because it can fit different lines. So if you collect Dragon Ball figures, this can be displayed as a Hamehameha or other key blast effects. If you collect Street Fighter, you can use this as a Hadouken. It's very versatile, so I'm sure you can come up with some other lines to display it with. But overall, I really enjoyed this piece. If you found this review helpful, hit that thumbs up and subscribe buttons, leave a comment below, head on over to plastic.life on Instagram for more action figure pics, and always remember, at the end of the day, it's your collection. Just buy whatever makes you happy. I hope you catch my next videos.